why perhaps he may have changed. Somebody's got something on him.
I don't know. I'm hoping for my theory to come to pass, that he's going to give the people that want it what they want, but the rest of us who don't, give us a way out. Now, this email just came in today. I'm not going to mention the name. I don't have it anyway, but people say it's not so bad in Australia. Well, here's a sister in Australia, Terry. Here's what she wrote. May I read it to you?
Go ahead.
It says, now, the mess says the grammar's not that the best, so here we go. It's real bad, brother. No one's allowed out of their house for the past 5 weeks, but only 1 hour a day. And only one person is allowed to go shopping from your home in Melbourne. And you're allowed to go only 5 kilometers from your house. People are getting arrested just for speaking up peacefully. People are getting arrested for putting things on Facebook. He stopped all the businesses, so I've lost my business. 11 hours out of Melbourne. I can't see my son. I haven't seen him since March. And I can't even go just to meet him on the side of the road and see him. It seems to me that the Victorian governments are holding people in their homes, and then the vaccinations are going to come. But he stopped people from working, and then his fulsome to go into welfare, and then he said that you won't be able to get any welfare if you don't have the vaccination. Okay, I don't understand that part, but it says, I'm starting my home business, hairdressing from scratch in a country called Talkies right near the beach, an hour out of Melbourne. Our government has turned really wicked. Scott Morrison says he's a Christian, but he's in with Hillsong, and what they're saying is that there would be no religious exemption for this vaccination, because apparently most of the church are in agreement that taking it is okay. And I can't make out the rest, but somebody from Australia, basically the same thing a friend in Panama said. I talked to a guy that I've known for many years in Panama, Panama. Sounds like Australia parts of it are doing the same. They were only allowing one person to go out shopping, and in Panama, they had days of the week that only women could go out. Other days, men could go out. And you're only allowed to go out for shopping. Now, it's not that bad here in America. But there are other places that are in extreme lockdown mode, it sounds like. And people are prepping for the fact that they're going to come in and force these vaccines. And a couple people said, well, can't you get a religious exemption? Not if the state declares no. There was no religious exemption, Terry, up in Brooklyn last year when I think smallpox or something broke out up there, the mumps or measles, I forget what it was. And people in the Hasidic community said, we're not going to take it. The government over there, whether it was the mayor or the governor, I can't recall, forced those Jewish people to get that shot. So under the current state laws in American folks, your exemption ain't going to work if they say it doesn't work. And again, it's going to take an executive order probably to give any of us a relief, because you can take it to the bank, which, by the way, is probably not going to be operating for much longer. We're looking at a dollar crash in a few months. You can
sooner than a few months. Sooner. Looks like October.
These places are going to come in and force people to get vaccinated or hold off to these camps. I mean, that's what they'll do. You don't comply with our standard, then we'll permanently quarantine you. And folks,
well, when you stopped to read, when you were reading that, and you said you're not sure what that meant. Remember you said that?
Right.
Well, I'm pretty confident what she meant was, unless you have a vaccine passport, you will get no government aid and no government licenses to do whatever you want to do, go shopping or whatever, without that vaccination passport, as Bill Gates calls it.
Yes.
Well, if you don't, in other words, if you don't take the vaccine, it's going to be like the mark of the beast, and that's where all of this is going, my dear brother. You see, this is the setup for the mark of the beast, so that when Satan finally comes along in mid-trib and he says, you must worship me, then I'll give you the mark so you can buy and sell. That's where it's going, brother.
Terry, how many people out there who are on welfare or other government benefit packages, if they're given a choice, if you want to keep your welfare coming in, your money, you must take our vaccine, you must take our mark, or we're going to cut you off.
They'll take it.
How many would
They'll take it?
Many would take it.
They will, Brother Shannon, they will take it yesterday. They won't even wait till tomorrow. You see, That's what's about to happen. You see, the whole world now is going into the cleansing and the separation of the tribulation. God has had enough. And if you don't love him and accept his son, the only designated way to heaven is Jesus Christ. And if